This is where we spill the tea. I mean, we're here.
We're on the Jones Beach Boardwalk.
Oh
Dee
my
Snyder's
God.
calling it.
Wrap it up. We've been hanging out with the hot teas.
The hot teas, by the way, Armies. Hashtag Long Island Life. Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, welcome back. This is the Long Island Tea, where we spill the tea on our Long Island lives and what's going on in them. And it's been a while. We took a week off.
Yeah, and you and I haven't been together. So
I know.
Reunited and it feels so good.
It's crazy. It feels like it's been a long time. I was gone for a week, and you and Bree held down the fort, and then we took a nice week off.
Mm-hmm. You had a nice week.
Yes, and I was all prepared to come back and tell you about my vacation and all my travels. And but before we do that, we'll start with how you doing.
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Yeah, well, I've been laboring over how I was going to answer that question all week. Mm-hmm. And, this is where we spill the tea, but it's real. So I'm going to try and say something that's really quick. But it's been a hard week for our family. We lost somebody very important to us. One of my kids' best friends, suddenly and tragically. And so it's been hard watching them go through that, right before graduation and prom and all these things. Yeah. So it's been very difficult, and I don't want it to be a sad show. I want it to be a fun show, but we're honest, and I'm not an actress.
Right.
So
right.
When you say, how you doing? I'm not going to be like, oh, everything's great. It's been really difficult, but it has certainly put a perspective. Sorry, I think I just ripped those things. Okay. On Mother's Day. And today is our Mother's Day show. So mm-hmm. I wanted to say that I'm so grateful to be a mother, and I love these kids so much. I'm always talking about how much I love that friend group.
Yeah, because they're a good group.
That's at our house, and those kids are so amazing and talented and smart and sweet and thoughtful. And it's hard to watch them go through something so painful. So, because they're just such good kids.
Yeah.
So just, hug your kids tight, and we'll get through it and talk about Mother's Day, but I'm just so grateful to be a mom.
Yeah, me too.
And and I'm going to pull myself together, I know, but we've been talking a lot about mental health.
Yeah.
And these poor kids have been through so much, Sharon.
So much.
It makes me so crazy that there's still, every time I feel like there's something we get over, there's something else they go through. And we talked a lot about mental health and how important it is. And so I would say, again, another lesson that we've learned this week is talk to your kids.
Yeah, 100%.
Make sure that they are, that they have an outlet. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that they feel loved.
Yes, 100%. And anybody,
Yeah. So it's funny because Kenzie is working on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
She works at Maribel at Three Village Inn.
Oh, she's working.
Yeah.
Aww.
I know. And so Thomas is so sweet because he just sent me a text. He's like, Mother's Day Maribel brunch? I'm like,
I love
yes.
it. Yes. Perfect. Thomas, perfect.
Yeah. I'm like, yes, please.
Yeah.
I will go and just stare at her.
Yeah. Wave at her and embarrass her.
I don't even care what's on the menu. I'm sure it'll be great, Maribel. But I just, I'm just going to go stare at my children. I told them all I want is cuddles.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And they're actually going to come here soon. They're going to come here in a minute because it's really hard. They're having a hard time.
They need to be distracted.
And so they don't want to be home. They want to be alone. I'm like, come listen to the pod.
We'll make you laugh.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So, and you know what? At this point, as long as they're not driving, I'm like, have some wine. Let's all have wine.
We got plenty. Thanks to Long Island Wine Country.
Yeah. Thanks to Long Island Wine Country. So how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm much better. I'm healed.
Girl, that. You sent me a picture of your lips when you had strep throat, and I was like, I've never seen that in my life. I don't even know what you're... First of all, don't ever send me... I love you.
I know, and I was like,
I
even said to you, I'm like, I don't know if I should be sending this to you, but...
I felt so bad, and then I felt so bad because I'm traveling, and then our CFO was sick, and... we had such a busy week, and I couldn't even be here to help you.
No, it was we trudged through totally. I mean, that's what we do here, right? Like,
well, yes, we do. We do it.
You just put on your, big girl pants and go through it.
Man, you had a week going into it, and you still did the pod. I was so proud of you. I wasn't sure you were going to be able to do it.
I know. I really, what's funny, in listening back on it, my voice was so different, and I didn't realize it. And I've noticed that with people with strep throat before, like their voice changes, but I heard it in my own voice. I was like, what? That doesn't sound like me at all. It was weird.
Oh, I didn't notice a huge difference.
Really? I did.
I mean, I just knew you didn't feel good. And I loved hearing about Bree's date. Oh, and by the way, I already knew like a lot about it because Jerry, the driver from Mark of Elegance, picked me up from Phoenix from the airport.
Oh my God.
Because,
so
I take Mark of Elegance to all of my airport transfers and all the drivers know me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They know your whole family.
They know my whole family. They're like, Kenzie, have you decided yet?
It's so funny. Like when I use them, the same thing. They're like, oh, you work with Kristen? I'm like, yes. They're like, oh, we love her.
Well, they love me because I'm constantly in their cars. Like,
exactly.
I keep them like the lights on. Yeah. But no, so Jerry was like, so the date was last night with Bree. I picked him up first. And here's some inside scoop. He did not have flowers.
What?
When Jerry picked him up. And then he like had a panic. He realized, he's like, I think I should get some flowers. And Jerry's like, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Bree's so funny. Talk about dad vibes.
Oh,
Jerry was total dad vibes.
Oh, good.
He was so cute. And he was like, he was about them. And he's like, now how do I listen to this podcast of yours?
I love it.
To hear about it. And
So
I loved hearing about the date. And I was on our cruise vacation when I heard the episode. And I was like, so excited. And I told the girls, I'm like, I think we made a love connection. And then I talked to you when I got back. You're like, nah, not so much.
Not so much. Not so much. And that's okay. You know,
Bree's dying.
A beautiful young lady. We know this.
I know he didn't get the flowers.
Yeah.
See?
Well, he did. He did. He just, I don't know what.
He scrambled last minute.
Yeah, Jerry stopped for him. Jerry came through. To be honest, Mark of Elegance's Jerry came through with the luxury. God knows what happened if he didn't have the Bentley and Mark of Elegance and the flowers. Who knows what he would have
happened.
And if we didn't have Sagar, the Curry Club at Sagar, what your first date might have been like could have been totally different, Brie, which have been maybe shed some more light on that subject. But we give Mike a lot of credit for doing that. He was a really cute, sweet kid.
Oh, sweet kid, definitely. And
I was like crying. You're telling the story about his family and the NYPD and the 9/11.
Yeah.
And I totally thought you guys connected with your dads. I was like, yes, Sharon, we did it.
We got this. And then, things happen. And they went out again. And, I guess they realized it wasn't.
The girls are like, Brie, get it together. What's wrong with you?
But she's also smart,
Yeah, no, you gotta know.
You gotta cut it off right away. You don't want to lead anybody on anyway, you know.
And when you know.
Exactly. And she was like, it was more of a friend vibe in the end, which is good. So she made a new friend
That's awesome.
at the least.
That's awesome.
But I do have to say, after, our episode, I was reached out to by like 4 different people, like asking to be the next Bachelorette. So
I heard you say that.
So fun.
All right. So we'll reconvene in the next week or something, and we'll maybe try again. But do you think we should do the thing where we have the moms
Absolutely.
Call in for their sons? Because look, moms know.
They know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I like that idea.
I do too.
Can't remember who told me. Oh, the Fit Doc's husband, Scott, was like, you need the moms because that's your audience.
Yeah.
So moms, get ready. If you have sons, how about this? If you have sons that are single, I don't know who the Bachelorettes are, so we got to go through it. But maybe if we get some moms that have sons, we can look at who your sons are and we can kind of match up and see who the best Bachelorette is.
That's pretty cool. I like
DM
that
us
idea.
on Instagram, or you can email us at Long Island Tea Podcast.
Spill the tea at discoverlongisland.com.
Thank you. Spill the tea at discoverlongisland.com, or go on, longislandteapodcast.com, and you can reach us anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was a crazy. The weeks going into my vacation.
Oh my God.
Were so crazy. I had all that travel schedule, went to Palm Springs, had the episode with the hotel. By the way, that's ongoing. I filled out the survey.
I can't believe that.
I filled out the survey, JW
Daniel.
Marriott. Okay. And I got an immediate response. And they're like, we would like to speak to you. Wow. I'm like, I bet you would.
Yeah.
I'm busy. I'm on a cruise.
Yeah, sorry.
I'll talk to you later.
Call you back later.
Yeah, call you. And I need to do that. And then I got a dossier about the cruise line, by the way. I'm just
oh my gosh.
No, it was mostly great. But anyway, and then it was, somebody said, you've been traveling so much. Is it true that it's crazy out there and delays? I'm like, yes.
Did you find that on the cruise as well?
Crazy.
Wow.
So I was supposed to come back from Phoenix, and Phoenix was a whirlwind. It was a long trip.
Yeah.
And first of all, I'll back it up. The closing party of the Phoenix conference, it was Simple View, and they do our database and our website, and they have a lot of content. So they're learning like the latest opportunities to take advantage of them.
Innovative.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was a great conference, but it was long. And then the closing night, they had a surprise. They had a big party.
Yeah.
And they had a surprise band, which was the Gym Blossoms.
No way.
It's my favorite band.
Are you serious?
It was amazing. And so Robin, who's the lead singer of the Gym Blossoms, who Thomas and I like made friends
Became
with in
best
Atlantic City.
friends with, yeah.
And now we text each other and stuff.
It's hysterical.
He's like, "Is my friend Kristen here?"
No. Did he?
Yes.
I love it.
And then it was like, "Hey, Kristen." And then he was like, "Where's this company from? Are they from New York?"
Oh my
And I was standing
God.
next to the CEO he's from Tucson. He's like, "I'm paying you. You should know where I'm like."
Oh my
why
God, that's
why is
so
he talking
funny.
to you? He should be talking to me.
Oh, I love it.
He was great. He came down, gave me a big hug
Oh,
afterwards,
I
and
love
he's just so cute. And his son is in a band here in like Brooklyn called the Mercury.
Okay.
And he was like, "You got to come see my son play in the Mercury." Mercury, Jim Blossom's son. I don't know how
love
old
it.
he is.
Yeah, I love it.
You don't want to connect with a musician, but anyway, so he was great, and that was
That's
really
so
cool.
cool.
It was really fun. And anyway, so then the next morning, had a 10 a.m. flight. Supposed to get home at like 6, and then the next day we left for Miami.
Did you get to see your family real quick?
Yes, while I was in Phoenix, I got to see my family a little bit because
Okay.
the last time I was there, my older sister had COVID,
Right.
so I couldn't see her.
Yeah.
And so it was really nice to see my sister and my sister-in-law. I went over there one night, got to see my best friend Jay.
Yay.
And then my little sister came to the party with me.
Did
and so
she?
it was
Oh,
really cool
good.
because when the Gym Blossoms were like, "Is Kristen here?" She was like, I'm like,
I love it.
I know
Yeah,
I'm old,
I'm here.
but your big sister still got it.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
still cool.
Yeah.
I love it.
So anyway, so we had the best time,
Good.
and I got to, and my dad,
Did
my
you
dad
see him?
came,
Yeah.
he came one day, and I had to go see like another like business associate
Yeah.
there. So he's like, "It's okay, I'll just pick you up. I'll pick you up at the hotel, and I'll just
love
drive
him.
with you."
So cute.
so cute. And anyway, so we had a good time. But I was supposed to be back at like 6:30 at night, coming in
Mm-hmm.
into the city, and then whatever. Then I had to pack a whole new suitcase, and I was
Right.
leaving the next day. Nope, 6 hours. My plane was delayed. And
That's insane.
God bless the Delta Sky Lounge.
Yeah. And then
I don't even know what would have happened out there with the mayhem.
I know. I think
that was
I emailed you something from Amex, and I'm like, "Oh, look, you can
Yeah,
go into this lounge now."
Century
You're like,
Lounge.
"I'm in the Sky Lounge now." Yep. Yeah.
I got to tell you, it's like a little oasis in the middle of an airport nightmare of delays and cancellations. I was like,
Yeah.
at least I have the Sky Lounge, and it's got chargers and everything.
And like leather couches, like comfy, right?
And it was packed. I mean,
Yeah, I'm
it was
sure.
packed. But I was just like, even to just have a chair where it's private.
Do you get service?
Yeah.
That's
well, they have like buffets, and there's people that walk around and clean up trash, but they don't like serve you.
Okay.
But they're really nice, and you can like go to the bathroom and leave your stuff.
Yeah.
And it's watched,
Yeah.
So it was amazing. But so the only reason our flight even left that night, because I'm like, oh my God, this flight's going to get canceled, and I don't have time to go back to New York before we go to Miami. I'm going to have them pack it. I'm going to change my flight and go straight to Miami.
God.
I was like, I'm not going to make it.
Right.
And so I'm like, Thomas is going to have to pack for me for the cruise. And
Oh,
that's
God.
not going
And
to be
that's
good.
not
Not good. And
I'd rather have Kenzie pack for you.
I don't know about that. I'd be wearing like sweats.
Yeah.
And no, I mean, they'd all be fine. I'm sure I would help them. But so the only reason our flight took off is because the crew had timed out, and they
Right.
were trying to find extra crew, but everything was delayed and everything was crazy. And these two flight attendants who were with me in the Delta Sky Lounge, and in like normal clothes, they volunteered to work the flight.
Oh, that's
even though they
amazing.
were not working. They were like, "We'll work the flight."
Wow.
And they were like, "They're going to be in their normal clothes. Please forgive us."
Yeah.
But that's the only way we were able to actually take off. They
Wow.
had two
Because they wanted
attendants.
to get home too.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
"Well, I'm done.
Yes.
Let's go."
Or go on vacation.
Right,
I'm
or
not sure
wherever
which they
they're
were
going.
doing.
Yeah.
But they were like, "You're welcome."
I love it. That's awesome.
And then she came around with the beer, the drink cart, and someone ordered a beer. She's like, "What kind of beer do we have? I don't even know." And then she's like, "Whatever." Everyone's like, "Thank you for doing this."
Yeah.
So kudos to those ladies.
Oh, absolutely. It's this industry, right? I mean, thank
who
God for
made
them.
it. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have made it. So I get home at like 1 a.m. now. And I had an 8 a.m. COVID test, because you have to have a COVID test to go on a cruise. And then I had to come home and like literally pack my whole suitcase
Wow.
and leave at noon. So get to the airport, flight delayed,
Ugh.
1 hour, another hour, another 3 hours. We don't get to Miami until like midnight.
Oh my
I was,
God.
By the time
When
I
was
walked
the cruise taking off?
the next day. Thank
Okay,
God
thank
we
God.
booked it
Yeah,
a day
exactly.
in advance
for that purpose.
You don't have a
You
window,
don't know.
right?
Yeah.
So that's my first cruise tip of the day is
Yeah.
flying in the day before.
Yeah.
Always. And we weren't supposed to get on until 3:30, but still.
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't want to have any last minute emergencies. Leave yourself a window. And so we went and had lunch with Patrick and Ed.
Yay.
They met us. They drove up from
I
Fort
saw
Lauderdale,
your
met us in
stories. Yeah,
Miami.
so
We had
cute.
such a good time.
They went on a cruise too.
They've gone. That's all they do.
I know. I want their
what they do
life.
now.
Can I just say I want their life?
Yeah, they just go on cruises now.
They live in
And
this beautiful house,
I know.
like with beautiful
I know.
decor, and
love
then like
them.
they're just traveling the world.
They're like, meet us at the Standard. I'm like, okay, what do I wear?
right? Like, please tell me.
And Patrick was so funny. I was like, I can't gain weight on this cruise. He's like, honey, I know my wedding's coming up, so. I was like, at least he's honest. Yeah, I was like,
When's his wedding?
in October. And I'm his best woman.
Yes.
So he's
Yeah.
like, girl.
Oh, I love him.
Keep it
I
together.
love him.
I was like, don't worry, I'll just cleanse.
I know.
Before. So
Too
it'll be
funny.
fine. It'll be fine.
I got this.
So by the time I got on that cruise, I was like, dead.
Yeah, margarita, please, stat.
Oh man. And so I figure, we want to talk about Mother's Day and other stuff. I'm going to like sprinkle in. I put a funny thing on Instagram, like DM me your cruise questions.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because I'm now a cruise expert.
Okay. Travel tea.
Yeah. Not really, but I have been on 4 different cruises and 3 different cruise lines. I've
Okay.
done Princess, I've done 2 Disney, now I've done Royal Caribbean.
What is your favorite so far?
It depends on the age of your kids.
Okay.
So when they were Disney, it was great. When I was Princess, it was lovely because it was like my first honeymoon,
Yeah.
And but I loved the Royal Caribbean
Did you?
because they were teenagers,
Yeah.
and there
They
was
could do
so
their own
much to
thing,
do.
yeah.
So I think it depends on
Okay.
what your lifestyle is. And like Patrick and Ed are right now on Virgin, which is adults only.
That
I'm like,
looks
I'm looking
amazing.
forward to that
Yeah,
phase.
exactly.
So DM me your cruise tips or questions, and I'll sprinkle in tips maybe in the next couple of weeks
Very
because people had a lot of questions. And let me tell you, I learned a lot
Did you?
going on. Yeah,
Good.
you learn a lot about it. But it was amazing. The food was incredible. We went to St. Martin, St. Thomas, and their private island, which was everything.
So what'd you do? Like port for the day?
So we had an excursion in St. Martin. It
What was your
canceled.
excursion?
It was canceled.
Oh.
We were supposed to kayak
Okay.
and snorkel.
Oh,
Yeah, and I was like,
That's adventurous.
Yeah, I'm pumped about it.
Yeah.
And Kenzie kept saying, she's like, it keeps saying strenuous, Mom. It says strenuous.
oh, jeez.
She's like, Mom, this one says strenuous, and I'm like, okay,
I got this.
yeah. And
I've done 1,000 bar classes
No, I
this year.
think she didn't want to do it.
Oh.
she was like, I just want to lay on the beach.
Yeah.
And then it was too windy. So they canceled it at the last minute. And she's like, oh, too bad. Let's go lay on the beach.
Aw.
So we just took a water taxi to the beach, and it was actually an amazing beach day. The water that you
Was
saw.
beautiful, yeah.
It's like this
I know.
picture behind
it makes
us.
me insane.
Oh my God, it was so fun. And you know what I was saying? And I put this on my Instagram in like this emotional moment, but the industry,
Yeah.
having the people, so many people on these islands who rely on tourism. There are 2,000 people that work on that one cruise ship.
Wow.
The people from all over the world whose jobs rely on our visitation.
Yes.
And they were so grateful. St. Martin, St. Thomas, they kept saying, thank you so much for coming back to our island. It's been so hard.
I just got the chills.
Yeah.
And
And we're so grateful that you're here. And it means everything to us. And it was hard. Like, they come by like, can I rub your feet? I'm like, what? No.
Back
You
off.
went right. No.
No.
And she's like, girl, you said no before I even gave you the option for a free demo. I'm like, I'm not going to put you through that.
Right.
I'm
It's
not going to
fine.
make you remember.
Just
no.
fine.
No. And,
That's
but
funny.
Everything. The hustle was real. And, and you feel like they really do rely on the
Oh, yeah.
visitors.
Yeah.
And it made me so happy to think of all the lives that we were impacting
Yeah.
by going on a vacation.
Yeah. By enjoying
And having
yourself.
a great time.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
Did you ever watch the movie Fry?
No.
Fire? The
I don't-
documentary?
No.
You know what I'm talking about on Netflix, where like these people created this. It was like Ja Rule and some other rich kid decided to do this like whole concert and promote it. You know what I'm talking
Fire
about?
Festival?
Fire Festival.
Oh. Was it fake?
The festival wound up being like a flop, but
Oh.
there was a documentary
I
talk.
heard
It
about
was a
it,
huge
but-
scam, but they interviewed so many people from that island, and they were like, "You have no idea what you've done to us. This is our livelihood. Tourism is our livelihood. And it was so sad to watch."
Oh, it was one. I got to tell you, the people on the cruise ship are from Tunisia and Malaysia, and they tell you where they're from, and they're like, leave me a 10 on the survey. I'm like, listen, I am a survey queen.
Yeah.
I'm going
I
to
don't
fill
know
out
who
that
you
survey.
just asked.
But the food was amazing. Anyway, I don't want to take the whole time talking about it, but it was so fabulous. Remind me to tell you the story of our first night we're there, and like all this family, this perfect looking family starts talking to us, and we're having drinks. You know, it's our first night on the cruise. We're like drinking, and it's karaoke, and we're having a great time. And next thing you know, it struck me, and I'm like, the stepdad, he was like, I have a stepdad too, and the kids are perfect, and everyone's fabulous. Stepdad sits over here by Thomas on one side, the mom's over here. Thomas says something, and the mom's like, Thomas, you're so funny. I'm like, what he said was not that funny. Okay, I was like,
I can only imagine where this is going.
Girl, I was like, my spidey sense went. I'm like, what the hell? And I looked at Thomas, and I'm like, we're getting hustled.
Yeah.
I'm like, gypsy alert.
Yep.
Okay. We got to go.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
And that's what you don't realize is there are people, they're like opportunists.
Yeah.
You got 5,000 people on this cruise ship that are from like God knows where.
Right.
You have opportunists on there. I have tips for you on a cruise ship, how to protect yourself, what to look out for.
I love it.
DM us your questions. I'm happy to answer them, and I'll sprinkle them in.
I love it.
Yeah. But what did you guys do for the break?
Really nothing. I worked, but I did take off one day, and I took the kids to Waterdrinker.
Oh, the tulips.
They weren't bloomed yet, but like literally 2 days later they were.
That's so annoying.
But we had a great time. It was so fun.
A new brewery looks so cute with
adorable.
the tulip beer.
We went in too early. Like we got there when they opened, so the brewery wasn't open, but it was so cold that day, and like I think Jackie was like, "Did you at least go get a beer to warm up?" And I'm like, "I tried."
So you went when it was cold and the tulips weren't bloomed.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome.
But you know what? Waterdrinker has so much for like little kids.
Yeah.
You know, like they have such a huge play area.
I saw it. They have like the Amsterdam Village now, and they have
like a huge jump pad and like.
Bree, has your show come out yet? On the
it was
tulips?
aired on last Friday. Yeah.
So if you're wondering what we're talking about, you can go to Discover Long Island NY on YouTube, and you can watch Bree's latest episode, which is the Tulip Festival.
Yeah, and it's beautiful.
It's amazing. I seriously want to go there this weekend, but I think I'm going to try and come and relieve you at the Long Island Marathon.
Oh, you don't have to.
Yeah, but you know, it's fun.
It is fun. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm excited to do it. So Lily will be at the Long Island Marathon this weekend. And I'm excited to do it because I haven't done anything like that in quite some time. And I'm taking, Jill and Shannon are doing it, and it's their first time doing an activation, so they need a little help. So we're excited, though. We're talking about it this week.
I was talking to the kids because we're trying to find ways to keep them occupied, and
distracted,
busy.
Yeah.
And I was like, so does anybody want to go with me to the Long Island Marathon? And they're all like, what? And I'm like, obviously not to run.
Right. We're not running.
We're just going to hang out at the finish line where all the food trucks are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The music.
I was like, it's going to be awesome.
I said to the girls, I'm like, I know we have a speaker. Like, let's make sure we bring the speaker for music. And Shannon's like, we might be right by the stage where the music is. I'm like, oh, sweet.
Well, plus you play it from the truck, right? The speakers.
Well, that's what
you
know, like the Bluetooth.
Oh, yeah,
whatever. But yeah, I'm excited to do that.
Yeah. Well, it'll be over by the time this airs, but so the next week we'll talk about how that was.
Yeah.
So Bree, for sure, no love connection, right? We're back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he was a cute.
Right.
He was a cute kid. You never know how it works.
Yeah.
You learn something new from every date.
Yes. You learn what you want and what you don't want. You're so right. Speaking of what we want, I'm going to say Long Island wine.
Oh, heck yeah.
Thank God.
This week, for sure.
Yeah.
We're drinking Macari Rosé wine. This just up a steep, sandy slope along the North Fork where the wind blows off Long Island Sound. We cultivate the grapes that go into our world-class wines. Known for their elegance and individuality, Macari wines reflect the family tradition of making each glass distinctive, each meal a celebration.
Macari is super special, and I have not been there yet, but I watched Bree's episode on
so
LITV,
beautiful.
and I was like, that place is bomb.
It is. It really is. And I think they have 2 locations, right? Yeah.
But only one is open right now.
Oh,
Okay. But even so, it's just absolutely beautiful on there. You can watch the sunset right on their on their deck, out, and it's gorgeous.
I love their like private bungalow things that they have,
and it's decorated beautifully too with all the
It's just gorgeous, Macari. And this is a delicious rosé. And I mean, look, you need to do nothing else for Mother's Day other than take your mom to the vineyard.
Absolutely.
I mean, if there's one thing you do,
That's one thing. You know what?
it's an easy win.
It is an easy win.
You know?
We did that
Is that
one
what you're
Mother's
doing?
Day.
Yeah, Bree's taking her mom.
I
Yeah.
already took her.
Oh, she already did.
So
That's
cute.
smart too, to take her either before or after. Like say, hey mom, Mother's Day's crazy.
Yeah.
No, next week, either during the week when it's not as busy or the next weekend, just say we'll make
Let's
a
plan a
date,
date. Yeah.
to go to the vineyards.
Yeah.
And
I
mom's
did
gonna
that
love
one
it.
year, and we wound up like spending the day in Greenport Village, took the kids to the carousel, and went to Contra Costa. Oh
yeah.
my God, I loved it. It was my favorite Mother's
And by
Day.
the way, any of the vineyards are amazing.
Yeah.
We had some advertising pitches because we're going to hire a new ad agency.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the agencies, that came in to give their pitch, they were like, we came in a day early.
Yeah.
And because they're from Florida. And they were like, and we went out and we were at Terra Vita, and we were like, Terra Vita. It's
But
called
they had the
Terra
best
Vita.
time.
And they were like, it was amazing. And I asked, I'm like, how did you choose which vineyard? And
Yeah.
she was like, oh, well, we just called a couple of them. And she's like, the ladies that answer the phone, who we know are those
Yeah.
adorable sisters. So the frontline service was so amazing. And they said, oh, and while you're here, you should also try this vineyard and this vineyard.
Yeah.
And they all work together.
Yeah.
So, and each one offers something different.
Yeah.
So you can go out there and say, have a tasting here. Where else should we go? And they'll help you.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah, our vineyards are amazing, and it's just a perfect as we're getting into spring and summer.
I know. If the weather
here for it
comes too.
I'm here for it. I got off the ship and I got here, and it looks sunny. I'm like, what the heck is happening?
Yeah. It's been ridiculous.
Windy.
The weather is like 57, 58, 59, 60. But the wind, it's
Yeah.
like piercing.
Yeah,
It's like,
and so it feels 40
yeah,
or 30.
exactly.
I'm like, what?
I got a message from Pearl's teacher yesterday, and she's like, because I ask Alexa every morning, like, Alexa, what's the weather today? Today will be a high of 58 degrees. So I dress the kids accordingly. And then I get a message from the teacher. She's like, did you happen to send Pearl into school with a coat? And I'm like, nope. Nope, I didn't.
because it was supposed to be almost 60 degrees.
And she's like, I know. So anyway, sent her in with a winter jacket today because it's so cold.
It's crazy. I saw Ryan Seacrest this morning, and he was like talking about how because he lives half in LA and half in New York.
Yeah.
By the way, did I tell you that I saw him in Palm Springs? I'm pretty sure. I was getting off the elevator and he was getting on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure. I wanted to ask him what he squirts in his coffee or his drink, but
And didn't Alyssa say it was like agave
it's like
or something?
collagen.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he was on today, and he had filmed a video that he had sent to Kelly of him walking down the street, like with the wind. And he's like, why? It's winter and it's June.
It hurts. Like it's hurt.
And she's like, I told you not to go to the Upper West Side. I
It's
told
so
you.
funny.
She's
That's
like,
hysterical.
But it's crazy.
It is.
I'm ready. I'm ready now,
know.
Sharon. I'm like you. I'm ready for the warm weather.
Yeah.
So I want to, real quick before we move on, I want to thank Macari and I want to thank Long Island Wine Country for being our sponsor for this. And please take your mom to the vineyards, and also go to liwines.com and find the perfect vineyard for you.
Yeah. That website is incredible. I did a little perusing today.
It's awesome.
It's just so awesome.
You can decide where to go for your pets or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just we
And
really
they have a list of events that are happening, like
Oh,
Mother's
yeah.
Day events and things like that on there.
Oh yeah, they're coming up with some great events for every quarter, like
Yeah.
Rosé Month and this. So
Love
we're
it.
going to be working with them, and we're going to be telling you all about them and promoting them. But
Awesome.
God bless Long Island Wine Country. By the way, our podcast, once again, I was on a panel at the conference in Phoenix.
Yeah.
And I talked about the podcast, and it's so funny. Every time I talk about it, it's like a new audience.
Yeah.
And people loved it. I'm like, thanks to Long Island Wine Country, we drink wine. And everyone's like, what?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Yeah. And then I'm like, we just had a Love is Blind episode where we pretty much auctioned off our social media manager. And David from Clarity of Place was on it with me. He's like, you are an HR nightmare. Is that? I'm like, I know. I'm like, we just do it. I don't even know if we're allowed to do any of
Full
this.
disclosure, she fully accepted.
Yes,
So there's
yes.
no HR nightmare there.
Right. Thank you, my HR person. But I'm like, no, I'm like, it's okay to have fun. And we talk about real things, which is why people
Yeah.
love the podcast.
Yeah.
It's not like today we're going to talk about, this event or
Yeah,
that.
this river. It's funny because like a couple of our staff members went to that same conference, and the feedback that they were getting individually was incredible too.
Oh my God.
They were like, Justine was like blown away. She's like, your podcast? Like literally? I'm like, our podcast, Justine?
I know. Oh, another funny thing that happened at that conference, just before we move on to Mother's Day stuff. So funny. So the marketing director of Las Vegas, right? Texts me and says, do you have a minute during one of the breaks? Can I pick your brain about, I love some of the stuff that you guys are doing. I just want to learn from you. I'm like, whoa. So he's talking to me and I'm like, they just started like a Long Island TV thing called Viva Las Vegas. I don't know what it's called. Vegas Lights or something like that, where it's every other week and it's a YouTube show.
Yeah, cool.
And they just started it and he was like, we love the one you guys do. And he goes, but I got to be honest, it's a whole new thing on my plate. And, the script comes to my desk and the pre-production and the post-production. And I was like, we don't have a script.
Right.
But he's like, I just don't know how you guys do it. It's so hard for me. And I'm like, how many people work at Las Vegas at DMO? And he's like, 500. 500 people. And he's like, and they have 2 agencies.
Oh,
he's like, we have
God.
2 agencies. We don't even, he's like, we have more money than we have. Like, it's crazy.
It's so funny.
I'm like, we're doing the same thing.
With 13 people.
Exactly. And I'm like, we don't have a script. We go there and we're like, what are the 3 things we should say that you were definitely going to get across? And that's why we have bloopers, because it's real.
Because it makes it real.
Because it's
authentic.
real. And I told him it's real. And he's like, I'm so jealous of you. He's like, I would love to be nimble and like, it's kind of like gritty, what we do.
Yeah. You know what's funny though too, like if you think back to when we first started and like this podcast or the LA TV series, there's a lot of things we learned from it. And in the very beginning it's scary, no matter what size staff you have or who's doing it, like it's just
you got to do it.
You got to wing it.
You just got to do it, and you've got to do it that's your style. And we're very lucky that we're New Yorkers.
Yes, exactly.
So we can get on here and talk about anything we want, and our community is going to love it. Yeah, because our community support, because they're New Yorkers,
right?
So they're like, tell us the truth. Yeah, don't try and give us your produced and your glitzy stuff. We want the real. Yeah.
And that's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for. So Alyssa wanted us to talk about several things today. Other than one of the week, Cinco de Mayo, Patrick calls it Cinco de Drinko.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. So funny. Our sales managers went out. I've told you they've been going out every week, kind of like touring the island hotels and reintroducing us to the hotel partners and saying, I'm here. Anyway, they came back from one of their visits yesterday, and one of the hotel partners gave them like a little bag of Tostito chips and salsa and a little Mexican hat for Cinco de Mayo celebration. So cute.
And there's a ton of places on Long Island to celebrate Cinco de Mayo, but will Cinco de Mayo already be over when this is aired? It'll either be that or maybe does it air on Cinco de Mayo? Anyway.
I think so, yeah.
It's pretty close.
Yeah.
I don't know. It might 2 days after. So it'll already be done? No. Oh, it's 2 days after. Yeah. Okay. So there's a lot of places. Like last year we did it, the margaritas at Rum.
From Rum? I know. I was thinking about that.
God, I gotta dig up that recipe.
I know. It was so good and easy.
I know. We tried to get margaritas on the cruise and we're like,
really? It's like that, whatever. What's that
like the
classic?
Gun?
Yeah.
I don't know, but we're like, no, these aren't going to
What did you drink on the cruise?
I drank my body weight in Aperol Spritz.
You
mostly.
love an Aperol Spritz. It's so funny.
I do. And it had this like passion sangria drink, which was really good. It was like, you would love it. Yeah. It was like a white wine sangria. It was white. It. Yeah. We would vibe on that.
Yeah.
And that's what the girls kept saying. Like, next time we go, major tip if you have teenagers, separate stateroom.
I was going to ask you, did you?
Yes.
Okay. You have to.
Game changer.
Especially they're teenagers, like they can.
When we were always in each other's rooms, and we had like balconies, and they would just lean over our balcony, and we'd lean over their balcony and yell at us. I was like, why am I hearing children still?
Right.
I don't understand. I paid for a separate room. Why am I hearing your voices?
Right.
Their room was a disaster. I was like, I'm so sorry for your
housekeeper.
Housekeeping. Do you pick up anything? Like, no.
Oh, God.
And our room was like perfect because Thomas is like hanging everything up and
ironing everything.
Yeah.
So cute. But yeah, that margarita episode was awesome because it had like such an easy recipe for like a jalapeno spiced one, right?
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah. Well, but it was just so fresh.
Yeah.
The
freshly squeezed
lemon
juice.
and the lime. Yeah. Oh my God.
So good.
We got to dig that episode up and make those.
I know.
Because it was really good. So that's coming up, and there's a million places. What's it? So favorite place to get a margarita and Mexican food. I mean, Believe it or not, and I'm from, Texas, so I'm like the queen of Tex-Mex.
True heart, yeah.
Yeah, I think Long Island has great Mexican food.
I do too. I think there's so many. Besitos is my favorite.
Yeah,
it's so
everybody
good.
goes to that. I love Del Fuego.
I love Del Fuego. Or Swell Taco is awesome
Swell
in
Taco
Babylon.
and Dirty Taco's opening a new, I think in Patchogue.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah, there's one in Westbury, and I think they're opening
a
a new
lot
Dirty
of our
Taco.
downtown villages have like so much cuisine, so much diverse cuisine,
Yeah.
and you can almost always find
Yeah.
Mexican restaurant,
Yeah.
Italian restaurant, whatever.
Yeah.
Funny enough, we had I know it's like not Cinco de Mayo, but we had an agency come in and present to us, and they wanted true, authentic Italian food.
Oh,
So I was like, "Where'd you go?" And he's like, we asked the hotel desk, asked where should we go, and she's like, you should just get like pizza, like order a pizza, like
Yeah.
that's a true New York thing. And he's like, no, like I really want authentic Italian food. She's like, all right, you know where you need to go is Sempre Vivolo.
I was just going to say, did they go to Sempre Vivolo?
And
Oh my God.
he said he was from Florida. The other one was from Dallas, and he's like, I have never
It was so
had
good.
that kind of Italian
Yes,
food.
and like the service and the atmosphere,
Yes.
and they're in their
They
tuxedos.
say, of course, like welcome. They're like, thanks for coming back. Welcome back. And
Yay!
he's like,
Yes.
I've never been here.
Yeah,
I'm like,
but
did
they're
you
like,
kiss
they
his
ca-
pinky ring?
Yes.
Yeah. Like,
Were they like, we got a guy?
we got a guy.
What do you need?
Yeah. It was so funny. But they totally like went off about it. I'm like, oh yeah, that's our place. Like we know.
Yes.
It's so
I'm
good.
so glad that the concierge sent them to Sempre Vivolo
Yeah.
because that is the true Italian. When I first interviewed here, I stayed at a hotel and I only had like 2 hours to spare or whatever. And I was like, I just want to go somewhere and like get a good Long Island feel. And
Yeah.
they sent me to like a strip mall next to a grocery store. And I was like, what?
What?
I didn't
Like
get
at
it.
a
I didn't even get
Buffalo
it.
Wild Wings?
Yeah. It was like, no, I mean, I think it was like probably a deli,
Oh, okay.
which is good. I'm
Yeah.
sure the food was good.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't,
Well, you weren't expecting that.
I
yeah.
wanted to go to like Sayville and
Yeah.
sit on the water.
Yeah. Sit down by the water.
I was from Arizona. Show
Yeah.
me the water. Anyway, so
funny.
Cinco de Mayo is coming up. That's exciting. And then, you know what? Let's just talk about Mother's Day
Yeah.
because, Mother's Day is a gift to be a mother. I always say it's the hardest yet most rewarding thing. And if you don't understand, I remember years ago when I didn't live here, we would come to the city all the time because I love New York City, and we go to that Comedy Cellar.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one comedian one time that was like, she didn't have kids, and she was like, everybody I know that has kids, they always say it's a lot of work, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
And she's like, you're not selling me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's true. It is a sacrifice, the greatest sacrifice anyone can make
Oh, yeah.
from start to finish.
Absolutely.
Which kids are just, they're so hard and they're so frustrating. There's so a million things, but
But also so
the
amazing.
best thing in the
and
world.
Beautiful.
The
and-
best
yeah.
thing in the world.
Yeah.
The best thing in the world. And we had the best time with the girls. We spent so much family time together. And, Kenzie's going off to college.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So-
I don't know if you want to talk about her decision.
So, what we went through this week impacted her decision.
Right.
A lot.
Yeah.
And because she's incredible and Long
Smart
Island
and,
schools
like,
are
amazing.
amazing, literally. And she had so many wonderful opportunities and we weighed them. She had Wisconsin and Syracuse and Binghamton and University of
Can
Michigan.
I just pause you for a minute? I just want to say and commend you as a mom
Aw,
because
thank you.
seriously, a lot of parents don't give that opportunity to their children and say, your choice. A lot of parents are like, no, you're going here. You're
Yeah.
doing this, And for you to take this time with her, you've taken the tours with her, you've gone to these places, you've experienced them with her, and for you to give her that opportunity.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
It's been hard. It's been like a lot.
Yeah.
And
it's frustrating, but
I want to give her the opportunity, but I also wanted her to be realistic. And she qualified for a couple of great schools that, she didn't necessarily, we couldn't afford.
right.
It wasn't realistic.
In
You're going
the-
to graduate with a ton of debt.
Yeah.
So it was crazy. Anyway, so the end result was, especially after this week, we decided she's going to be an Arizona State Sun Devil.
Whoop, whoop.
Woo! Go Devils! I'm so excited. And I'm like I think more excited than
I'm
she
sure,
is.
but
not
makes
just
sense.
the Arizona State Sun Devil, but the Barrett Honors College at Arizona State. And which is I could never have gotten into. She's like, I don't want to follow in your footsteps. I'm like, girl, you are not.
Right.
Because I couldn't
Right.
have gone to that school. And it's just going to be so great because, sending her somewhere to a different state where she didn't know anyone, and especially after I didn't want her to be alone.
Yeah.
And now I told my family, I'm like, leave her alone. Mm-hmm. She's gonna live her own life.
She'll call you.
She'll call you. But they're like, absolutely. My sister was like, I'm just gonna give her a key to my house. She'll have her own wing.
Yeah.
She can come and go as she wants, like no questions.
I
I'm
love
just
it.
here for her. And my dad's like, I can't wait for her.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be good.
It's going to be amazing
I'm
for
so
her.
excited, and I know she's gonna love it. I just know she's gonna love it. It's gonna be very hot in the beginning, and I'm sorry,
But she knows. She knows that.
she hates the heat.
Yeah.
She's got that beautiful curly
I
hair,
know.
and it gets all like.
Put it in a bun, honey.
Although I think that the dry heat will make her hair be amazing. So anyway, go Devils! I'm so excited.
So excited for her.
Legacy.
Yeah.
I know. I'm pumped, and I'm like already looking at places for like move-in day, and
I love it.
yeah, it's awesome. So decision day and Mother's Day. So let's talk about some of the places for Mother's Day real quick, because
Okay.
we're getting like Mother's Day plans. Do you have Mother's Day plans?
I don't, but I want to plan it.
Yeah. So what are you thinking?
I want to go out to the vineyards. I really do. Or I was thinking of going to Freeport, and I was actually, I don't know. I don't know if I want. I don't know what I want to do. Like I love like both options.
Yeah. Freeport Nautical Mile.
Yeah. There's
Amazing.
that restaurant. What is it called? I think it's on.
Is it on here?
It might be on here.
So there's a bunch of stuff for Mother's Day, and this is all on our blog. If you go to discoverlongisland.com, Insider's Guide, you can get all this information. Okay.
Oh, and that's exactly where I got it from. I was like, I think, do you know the restaurant, Brie? It's like Maxwell's or something?
Oh yeah, isn't it? Yeah.
Or
I've heard of
Hudson
it.
or something.
Hudson on the Mile.
Yes.
That's where supposedly where the Long Island iced tea was developed, right? There's like
I think there was a big
controversy.
Thing, yeah.
There's controversy
But
about that.
They have like a great brunch option where they have unlimited mimosas or Bloody Marys. And
Girl, that's my language.
I know. Me
know.
too. And it's on the water.
On the water.
You know?
A nautical mile is on my list.
I know. You should do it.
I want to. But for the mother who wants like maybe not just a complete alcohol-induced Mother's
True.
Day, Sharon,
True.
like
Calm down.
She wants some peace and quiet. There's a private salt cave experience at Port Salt Cave in Port Washington.
Which looks so amazing.
Yeah, or you could go to Oheka Castle
Yes.
and
To
be like
feel
bougie,
like a queen.
bougie.
Yes.
And if you want to be pampered, what is this? Mother's Day makeover at quintessential lifestyle in Oceanside.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah. Or you could do like a mani-pedi at the sugar, the sugaring in Woodbury, which would
Right.
or like a PH 7 nails and sugaring. Gift card, Revive Health Studio in Huntington. And of course, we love Divine Self Ritual
Oh, we
skincare.
love.
Come on.
Come on. Let's be real.
And what's our K Beauty too?
Oh, Aram Spa.
Aram
They do like a
Spa,
mother-daughter
K-Beauty.
thing. It's so cute. But you
Yeah.
can also do like the moms who love art and culture.
Mm-hmm.
You can do dinner and a show at the Main Street Theater in Port Washington.
I love that.
So fun, right?
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. Or a day of history and culture at the Living Art Tour at Cohol Oyster Bay. That's going to be our next LITV
Oh.
episode. They just filmed it the other day at
cool.
Cohol, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait,
And Planning Fields.
And Planning
yeah.
Fields.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So cool.
And that's the thing is your mom, you don't need to go out for mom, right?
Right.
We're two moms talking to you, kids. We just want to spend time with you.
Right. We just want to be
We
around
just want to
you.
spend time with you.
It's so funny because like you think about those things like, oh, mom wants to be pampered today. No, she wants to be around the children that she brought into this world and
Literally.
celebrate Mother's Day with them.
Yeah, literally. That's all we want. Just
Or
spend
there
time
are
with
some
us.
moms that are like, no.
Yes.
I need to
Really?
there are. I know I know a few that are like, no, I'm going to the spa for the day.
Oh.
Without my kids.
I mean, I would like to maybe go to bar in the morning and do my thing for a minute, but really I just want to be with the kids. Okay, so there are some moms too that like adventure.
Yeah.
I-
That sounds like
Yeah.
adventurous.
The adventure park, by the
Yeah.
way, has like a whole Mother's Day sitch out there. They have like a Mother's Day discount, which,
Oh,
by
that's
the way, I
awesome.
went to the adventure park and it was really cool.
And they do this whole thing at night too, right? They light
Yeah.
up the course.
And you know what? You feel like it's very safe. It's
Yeah, you're
easy to do.
harnessed.
You're
Yeah.
harnessed. And it's a really cool, there's different courses for all the different levels,
Yeah.
depending on what you want. And then you're like, get the adrenaline pumping. And
Yeah,
you're like,
so fun.
and you get to show your kids, like, still got it.
Yeah, mom's got it.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Exactly.
I love it.
Adventure park. I thought that was so cute. And then, or, you know what? Get your mom, like, tickets to one of the concerts coming up
Yeah.
at Jones Beach.
Or UBS. John Mayer's coming to UBS Theater.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so here for John Mayer.
I know. Yeah, he's like a little crazy, but
I love him.
I know, me too.
His I'll never get over Your Body is a Wonderland. That song, I'm like, how old was he when
Right?
he wrote that song? Because
Seriously.
the man was in tune.
He was.
It's like, in more ways than one.
Oh my
okay,
God.
what else
so
are you going to
funny.
say?
Just more lunch or brunch spots.
Yeah.
You can do the Grand Buffet at Garden City Hotel, or there's our favorite Love Lane kitchen in Mattatuck.
Love
You
that
love
place.
that place.
I love that place. Because you do that if you're going to the vineyards too.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop by Love Lane.
It's such a cute
The
little
cheese shop
Oh my
and the
gosh.
Love Lane kitchen.
It's like
It's so-
one street. It's so adorable.
It's so adorable. Yeah.
Or you know, the mom that loves to shop, you can
Yeah.
get gift cards or like the coupon book at Tanger
Yeah.
Outlets, either
I
in
mean,
Deer
come on.
Park or Riverhead.
Just let her buy what she wants.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
what I want, actually.
And you know who else has a great brunch is Fogo de Chao.
Yes.
There's two now. There's one in Huntington and there's one right by Roosevelt Field.
Yeah. I've been to
And-
the one by Roosevelt Field,
Yeah.
and it's amazing.
The brand new one is in
Yeah.
Huntington, and
Oh,
it's
so cool.
Yes,
Good.
yeah. So Fogo de Chao. By the way, if you haven't been there, it's brand new. So you're gonna be like on the cutting edge. Your mom will be like, "Thank you."
Thank you for bringing me here.
What else?
If you want to shop and get ready for the summer, you can shop and personalize gifts at Hanalei Kula.
Oh yeah,
in Ocean
Oh,
Beach.
I went there.
You love
so
that,
if you
yeah.
want to go to Ocean Beach for the day, on Fire Island,
Mm-hmm.
take the ferry over there. First of all, so cute. You get just go. We're back to the alcohol, but you got to get like the what is it, Brie?
Rocket Fuel.
Rocket Fuel.
The Rocket Fuel at CJ's, the home of the Rocket Fuel.
Yeah.
Oh my God, your mom just needs one.
Yeah, that's it.
And this place, Hanalei, so
It's so cute. They have like personalized oils, right?
Yeah, the lady gave me like a spray,
Yeah.
and they have like cute cover-ups, and it's all
It's
mom
really
and
a
pop
cute
owned.
shop.
Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah.
I love that place.
For the moms that's hard to shop for. Oh, I said this already, Tanger. What else we
You know
got?
what? One of the things on my list I want to do, and I'm going to Mirabelle this year because Kinsey works there, and I just want to be near Kinsey. But if I had my like Garden City,
Yeah.
the buffet at
Yeah.
Garden City, the Mother's Day brunch,
I'm
there,
sure you're treated like a queen.
amazing, and also Glen Cove Mansion.
Oh,
They
yeah.
have two of the most amazing, like international,
Rollout, yeah.
world-renowned
Yeah.
brunches
Beautiful
where
things.
It's just going to be like overload of the senses.
Yeah.
Those places are awesome.
Do you know what's actually fun? This sounds actually so fun. It's a lunch tour sail on the Great South Bay aboard the Lauren Christie in my hometown in Bayshore. You can climb the lighthouse, like it stops at the lighthouse, and you can climb the Fire Island
Is
lighthouse.
that the Long Island Railroad one? Because there's a Long Island Railroad has
yes
a package,
a getaway. Yeah.
Oh, cool. So
That's
you go
what
to
it is.
yeah, it's on our website, but I think it'll be on the blog. But it's like they have this great Mother's Day package.
It's
like,
so cute, and the
Yeah.
Lauren Christie is adorable. It's a paddle wheel boat. It's so
I heard about that.
It's amazing.
And one more thing, this is important to me because Bree watched my dogs when I was out of town, and
Yes.
I love my dogs so much. So there are dog moms,
yeah.
by the way.
Yeah.
And
Don't
you know how
forget
much I
them.
love Lolomina.
Yes, we love
And I
Lolomina.
still have my little ring, and it has like the little paws.
Yeah.
Oh my God, so
So
cute.
cute.
And those dogs are like furry. They're our furry babies. So it's just as important.
Absolutely.
So we have all of these on our website and blog. You know what? Just hug your mom.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mom,
look, know your
hug your
mom and know
kids.
what she wants. If she wants a present, if she wants breakfast in bed, feel it out.
Yeah.
You don't want to disappoint your mom because your moms go through a lot. But
You know what moms want? They want to sleep in the morning.
Yeah,
That's
and
it.
not clean
Right. Or do laundry.
and hug their kids.
Yeah. They just
Yeah.
want to snuggle on the couch.
Well, and
Or,
at
at the beach, whatever.
different phases. When you're a mom of young kids, you want to be pampered a little bit, I think, because you go through a lot with young kids. But when your kids are like mine and they're
Teenagers.
out the
and-
door almost, and
Yeah.
you see them leaving, I just want the time.
Yes.
I just want the time with them.
And I'm getting to that point. Braden, like I tell you all the time, he's always out riding his bike with his boys. And he said to me the other night, he's like, you don't spend time with me. I'm like, you're always out. Like, what do you mean? You're always out with your friends. And I just agree with you. I think that time is important. I think those snuggles are important. I
Yes.
think, let mom sleep in the morning and maybe make her breakfast in bed or go out for bagels together, like
Yes.
whatever.
Yes.
But spend the day. I think,
Yes.
just embrace your children.
We have a little time left. We're getting close to the end. So I've got some celebrity.
Let's
Sharon.
spill it.
I mean, there's a
Spill
lot
it.
of...
There is a lot. Johnny Depp.
I
Is that what you're getting at? Oh, my
Have you been
God.
watching this?
Justice for Johnny. I'm with you.
Justice
I'm
for
sorry.
Johnny. Oh my God, you're so funny.
I just love him.
I haven't been watching any of it. Obviously, I've been like super busy, but I hear about it on Howard Stern. But
Oh my God,
it's a clown show, right?
It's a clown show. There was like one section they were talking about. She threw a bottle of vodka and severed his finger, and he like held up his finger, and his finger was not severed. But I'm sorry.
Sharon is so team Johnny Depp.
I am. And then there was like another clip I saw today that where they were like, you can obviously see where she's told to be sad for the moment, and they show the video of her like smiling and laughing with whoever's talking and whispering in her ear, and then you can see her facial change to like automatically look sad. It's hysterical.
She's weird. And I heard that they like have her dumbed down like frumpy.
Yeah, she's in like a button-down suit. Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know how I feel about the celebrity.
Okay.
But I want to tell you. So did you hear that Olivia Wilde, who, as you know, is the ex of
Jason Sudeikis,
who was our Ted Lasso, and she was at CinemaCon announcing her new movie and
presenting
thousands of people with the movie that she fell in love with Harry Styles and left him for.
Yeah,
and she got served papers on the stage while she was introducing her movie
Team
for
Jason.
custody.
Just saying.
I just was like, come on, Jason.
No, that was his stab back.
I know.
That she's introducing her movie that she fell in love with Harry Styles on. He's like, well, watch me.
I don't like it. I mean, I got served divorce papers at work, and it's just like, just leave my work out of it, you know?
Oh, true. Okay. I see.
was like, come on.
Yeah.
Let me just live. But
we're Team Jason.
I know.
And I'm all for it.
It was such a move.
It was such a move.
That shows to me, but that does definitely show hashtag bitterness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
Get over it. Also, move on.
I know. You're Jason Sudeikis. Like, you're just as hot as Olivia Wilde.
And he's Ted Lasso, which everybody loves. So I was like, I get it. I get the bitterness,
his revenge.
But I was
his revenge.
I don't know about that. And the last thing I would say is Brittany Grimes, the WNBA player, still being held in Russia.
No, seriously?
Still.
Oh my God.
They just did a swap of prisoners,
that, yeah.
and she wasn't one of them. And the whole thing is, they said they had a vape. She had a vape pen that had like cannabis, something in it, and not just any WNBA player, but like literally the best WNBA player. She's been there for how long ago did I talk about this? She's still there being held. God. And they're like, maybe May 19th, they're still talking about it. I'm just like, it makes me so crazy that she's there because we don't pay our female WNBA players appropriately.
Yeah.
And so now she's been incarcerated for so long.
Unbelievable.
I can't even. So that's my celebrity. Did I miss anything?
No, I was really going to talk about Johnny Depp, and I'm glad that we talked about it because I'm just so justice for Johnny.
Listen, same. You know what you're getting into. I was listening to Howard and Robin was like, okay, so the thing is, after all these texts where he was calling her these horrible names or whatever, they were in a fight, she still married him.
Yeah. Listen.
Do you know what Bree wouldn't do?
She wouldn't marry him.
No, ma'am.
She would walk away.
Bree's like, bye.
Yeah. Treat me.
On to the next.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Peace out.
Know your value.
Absolutely. And I think that's with anybody. I mean, but Johnny Depp is Johnny Depp. So.
Oh my God. I was like worried about I'm just texting. I'm sorry because I'm like, the kids said they were going to be here forever ago.
Where are they?
And they were like, we're stuck in traffic. And then of course my spidey sense, I'm like super hypersensitive about everything. I'm like, so I'm like, where are you guys? They're like, we're in the kitchen.
They didn't come in?
Come in quietly.
Oh.
They've been sitting here the whole time.
Girls.
And they wanted to come in and watch the pod. They've been sitting in the kitchen.
Are they coming in?
It's fine. We're going to wrap up. It's teaser time. And I appreciate everyone like dealing with me today. And it's just been so horrible.
Absolutely.
And it's going to be more horribleness to come. And every day is going to be, just getting through it. But again, I say it all the time. Every day is a gift.
Yes.
Tell people that you love them. Make sure you hug people tight, and it sounds so cheesy and cliche, but after everything we've been through.
I think in those kinds of moments, you want to be with somebody that's feeling the same way that you're feeling. And, you want to hold your kids, no matter how old. You want to just know that they're there.
Yeah.
And, you know.
And our house has this week still been home base.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, for
Open
everyone
door.
to come.
Yeah.
And everyone, and you know, tomorrow
I love that.
Yeah, tomorrow's the services and everybody's coming over. And so we're going to go to Costco today and get a bunch of stuff. But
Oh,
I love
good.
that, you know, I just want them with me all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
I just
It's
want them
changed.
around
Yeah.
me. I've always wanted that. I'm like,
Right,
I'm that crazy. The
You're that
Fleischmans
mom.
are always like,
Yeah.
I love that you're that house. And I'm like, I love it. Oh my
I
God,
know.
you can tell we're in New York, like
Yeah,
the sirens.
the sirens are going.
So let's talk about teasers.
Teasers, the next upcoming episode for LITV would be the Cohol Planning Fields, which is going to be amazing. Next week on the Tea, we're going to talk about summer festivals.
Yes.
You know what we did need to mention today was May Day.
Do we have tickets again?
We have the
Do we
tickets.
give them away?
Not yet. The winner will be drawn on May 4th. This is the Suffolk AIM, or AME, May Day Music Festival. Full day of live music, food, craft beer, local wine, and an array of vendors. The winner to our 4 pairs of tickets, which is huge. That's 4 pairs of tickets.
Yeah.
Will be drawn on May 4th. So.
Oh my God, I was dying laughing listening to you guys because Brie had to Google the spin doctors.
I know. I'm like, seriously, Brie, I think this is way over
This
your
is
head.
so funny. But we'll be there with Lily.
Yeah,
and
I'm
Discover
super
Long Island, the whole
excited.
team. We'll be there, so you can come and say hi to us too. The May Day Festival, I've been there.
It's
last time it was the Gem
kid-friendly,
Blossoms,
like, yeah.
obviously. So
Crash Test Dummies, Spin Doctors.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
I mean, it's an entire day, and it's really family friendly.
It really
Kids
is.
are free.
Yeah, kids are free.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. I think that the best part about it is that their goal is to collect 1,000 pounds of food
I
this
love that.
year, which is awesome. The items can be left with the Long Island Cares volunteers at the entrance to the festival, but the request is that all attendees bring non-perishable food items for donation.
Yeah. You know what? There was one more thing I wanted to talk about before you finished, because those are teasers. But we got reached out to when I was in Phoenix by a charity called Maggie's Wish.
Oh,
And Bree sent it to us. And we'll do something next episode to tell you about that. But the woman who owns Maggie's Wish reached out and said, do you ever promote charities, like events? And we haven't yet. But, you know, I thought, wow, this is really cool. And, of course, she was like, Maggie was her 17-year-old daughter who died of cancer. And, of course, that hits obviously so close to home for, you know, Kinsey and her age. And I was like, oh, my God, I was crying in Phoenix.
Me too, yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, let's talk
connect.
about what you're
Yeah.
doing. So I think we should have like a Long Island love segment or
I love
something,
it,
you know,
yeah.
and talk
For
about
charitable.
charitable or somebody that's doing something great for our community.
Yeah.
We had a great episode this week about Autism Awareness Month
Yeah.
and Spectrum, and you
Yeah,
guys
that's
talked
so
about
cool.
it, and it was on the news, it was on CBS, and helping those to employ those great workers
Yeah.
and those people, and it was so heartwarming. So we're going to talk about Maggie's Wish and talk about other charitable events. So if you have something that you want to talk about, here come all the girls. I'm like,
Here they
I've been waiting for you. I was like panic stricken. I'm like, oh my God,
Where are my
they?
girls?
You missed the whole podcast. We're already done. But if you have a charity or something you want us to talk about, an event or something we can help you with, and you're doing something great for Long Island, that's what we're here for.
Yeah. DM us, let us know. I mean, our producer and our team will definitely like look into it, and
Yeah.
we'll talk about it. and
Yeah,
connect.
we'll pick one a week and have a Long Island love segment, and it could be somebody just doing something great.
Yeah.
Maybe your kid's doing something great, or you have a good cause.
I love it.
Yeah, because I was like, you know what? Thank you, Maggie's Wish, for giving us that idea. And
Opportunity.
I don't know what their website is, but we'll put it in the notes.
And we'll talk about it next week.
And we'll find out, you know, they have events throughout the year,
Yeah.
which we can talk about.
Yeah.
So I look forward to that. Oh, also one more thing. Our friend Jackie Lucas,
Yes.
who was on the show, is now on the Christian Faith Network. Catholic Faith Network,
Yeah.
sorry. Totally different.
Yeah.
But so good for her. I told her,
Yeah.
I'm like, you're going to get scooped up.
She did, and I love that
Immediately.
she's working with her coworker or
Yes.
ex-coworker. I think it's awesome. We had to reschedule our media
I know.
training. It's making me insane.
We have
But,
Jackie coming in. We
she's
have Jackie
awesome.
coming into the office to like media train everybody.
love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
And then Jeff, her her co-host
Is going to be
who has
on
the tattoo,
a cat
was
too.
like, "Oh, why wasn't I on the
yeah,
show?
how dare you?
So you're going away."
Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
going to come co-host
He's going
with
to come
you.
co-host with me.
Yeah.
We're going to hear all about Jeff's tattoo
I can't.
coming up.
You're
and
going to see it live.
I
and
literally
in
need to see this
person.
thing in person. I'm going to give him some opinions about
Absolutely.
it. I'm excited about him. He's hilarious. So keep tuning in, and I hope you have a great week. And we'll see you on the next tea.
Happy Mother's Day, right?
Happy Mother's Day.